Welcome to the Jaron Jarvis channel. I am Jaron Jarvis. Today, I would like to introduce to you, Everyone in My City Is Gone Part 3. Part 1. Part 2. I was woken up at around what looked like 11 a.m. by a throbbing pain on the side of my abdomen, much greater than it was yesterday. It felt like someone was stabbing me with a red-hot poker. The pain was almost blinding. I looked around and realized that I was covered in sweat. I peeled back my soaked shirt to see that the bruise had grown much larger since yesterday. It was now as big as my hand, and there were black tendrils expanding outward almost reaching my belly button. I remembered that I had to ask Claire about this. I quickly got up and headed to her. She was still sleeping on the floor by the time I got to her. I woke her up, and after she had sat up and gained her bearings, I asked her, "Clara, tell me truthfully, do you feel a sharp pain anywhere?" "What do you mean?" Her voice sounded kind of slurred, and she looked dazed. "Please, Clara, I need to know. Do you have a bruise on your side? It looks like a black spot with some branches coming out of it." She sighed. "Okay, I'll tell you. I've been feeling this pain in my side since the day you found me. There is a black spot over there. I don't know how I got it." Her eyes seemed to glaze over for a moment. I just ignored it, but I feel weird. Like something is sapping my energy out. And the weirdest thing is that spot seems to be growing in size. I don't know what's happening. She stared off into the distance for a few seconds and then her head lolled to one side and she collapsed. I rushed to support her. She was still conscious, thankfully. "Okay, how about you stay here for today, and I'll go get food for the both of us. You should really get some rest," I said. I didn't want to force my only companion to do something she didn't seem well enough to do. Clara muttered some acknowledgement and said that she was going to sleep. I decided to head out again. As I was walking out of the cafe, I thought to myself, what was going on with Clara? Why was she acting so weird? Was it because of the bruise? I lifted my shirt and checked my bruise again. It had definitely grown since I woke up, and its long tendrils were almost circling my stomach. It was growing at an alarming rate. Was this making her weak? She had already almost fallen unconscious before, and if it grows even more, something worse could happen. I stayed in the vicinity of the cafe while gathering food so that I could easily go back if anything happened to me. It was around 4 p.m. when I felt another jolt of pain, this one much worse than the last. I doubled down and collapsed onto the road. I couldn't even think through all of the pain. I could feel myself getting lightheaded and sleepy. I fought to stay conscious, but my vision started swimming. My world started spinning. I slowly got back up and started to head back to the cafe. I felt weak, and I could barely move my legs. I stumbled a lot due to the dizziness I was feeling. I looked at the back of my hands to see that the black tendrils had reached there too. My fingertips were almost black with the tendrils, which had clumped up there. The tendrils also seemed to have gotten thicker in width, and they were almost as thick as the veins in my hand. Both my arms were covered in a crisscross. At that moment, I felt the tendrils slowly climb up from the end of my spine. What is going on with me? I reached the cafe's entrance and basically fell through the doorway. I held the door frame to stop myself. The arm I used to do it burned like it was on fire. I regained my composure and decided to go to the room Clara was sleeping in. I needed to see if she was all right. I saw Clara collapsed on the floor in a deep sleep. I stumbled into the room and knelt down next to her. I tried to wake her up by calling her name, but she wouldn't stir. I taped her lightly, and noticed that she was unusually cold. Fearing the worst, I put my finger up to her nose. She wasn't breathing. I checked for a pulse, but she didn't have that as well. I lifted her shear and checked on her bruise. Its tendrils had expanded outwards all across her body, covering it in crisscross of branches. Many had reached the base of her head and had gone under her hair. Under it, I could see thin branches of the tendrils covering her scalp. They were all pulsating and seemed to be glowing. I quickly got up and rushed out of the room and locked its doors. I was panicked. Whatever that thing was, it had killed Clara, and it was on its way to killing me. I was going to write a normal recounting of what happened, but I realize I don't have much time. I've already wasted enough of it. It's coming for me. I felt myself losing my grip. No, this world. It's taking over me. I need to hurry. Take this as a warning. They're coming for you. I don't know when or how, but the sea was just a starter. I can feel it climbing onto me neck. I don't know how much time I have left. But please don't ignore. See, this is not a joke. Oh my god, I can feel it in my head. Bless, don't ignore. This I'm running out of time. I CSN feel it consume me. I don't know what you do. Just hit or something. Just don't let it. Cat Q, oh no, it hurts so much. I just want to die. You please keep yours. This was just a test. This is just the beginning. We're coming for you.